Day, friends. I'm Alkananda Ma, Ayurvedic doctor and principal of Alandi Ayurveda Gurukula, a unique apprenticeship-style Ayurveda school in Boulder, Colorado, with 2 and 4 year programs. Well, I'm having too much fun with this planetary health diet thing that I've been going on about for the last 2 weeks. And here's more. I love this stuff. While we do teach our students and have our students cook for our students Ayurvedic recipes from every part of India, we do also teach them so much about traditional diets from other traditions as well. So today, let's talk about planetary health diet, Middle Eastern version. Whole grains, we have whole wheat pitta. So make sure if you're buying the pitta breads, just make sure you buy the whole wheat ones. And if you're eating out, also request the whole wheat ones. Otherwise, those white flour ones, they're not going to be as healthy for you. Of course, also for whole grains, we'll see cracked wheat dishes like tabbouleh, a great salad with cracked wheat that is very healthy, obviously. Moving on, we then see plenty of legumes or pulses in the Middle Eastern diet. The big standby is a lentil soup. The one I typically make at home often is really an Italian lentil soup version, but it's very similar all around the Mediterranean, be it Italy, being it Lebanon, Palestine, Syria, that whole part of the world, be it Turkey. You're just going to see these lentil soups. When we were in Turkey, we basically lived on lentil soup because it wasn't that easy to find vegetarian food. But our friend, the late dear departed Adip Baba, had us come to his restaurant every day and gave us lentil soup. So that's how we would survive being vegetarians in Istanbul. Uh, Great lentil soup with carrots, with tomatoes, pretty much always with a bay leaf, depending where you are. If you are more in the Middle East, you might be having saffron as a seasoning in your lentil soup. And we also do a lentil soup. When purslane is a weed in our garden, we harvest every bit of purslane and we make a Palestinian lentil soup with purslane. It's so delicious. Of course, another typical legume thing that we all love to have is hummus. Now, do be careful with your hummus because hummus is supposed to be made with a lemon. That's how we make it at home. But oftentimes you're going to see citric acid instead of the lemon. So unfortunately, you're going to find that when you do go to eat out in a lot of Lebanese or Syrian restaurants. What we actually were doing when we were going to go and do kirtan near the Syrian restaurant in Littleton and the yoga studio nearby, we would call ahead and because we were friends with them, say, please make us hummus without citric acid because the citric acid just it's going to give you GERD. It's really not good for you. You should have the lemon instead. Of course, making it at home is just wonderful. And when I do make it at home, when my friend Melita came home from Israel and came to live with us as a young student just starting at Naropa, she taught us to put fresh turmeric in the hummus, and that makes it 10 times as healthy and very, very beautiful. Another great dish that combines lentils and rice, that is Lebanon's answer to khichdi, is mujadada. It's a dish of lentils and rice, typically topped with a lot of fried onions, which I'm sure makes it super tasty. But when I make it, I do leave off the fried onions, and we just enjoy a nice sattvic mujadada. As we move on to vegetables, of course, we have baba ganoush, that a great dip to be side by side with your hummus. Then there's magmor. So you're probably more familiar with moussaka, but moussaka quite typically is a meat-based dish. And magmor is a vegan dish similar. It's also kind of similar to ratatouille as well, but you're simmering the eggplants with tomatoes and so on. That's a nice vegetable dish. Remember, eggplants are really good for your blood sugar. So while we pittas have to be careful with how much eggplant we do eat, Kapha could enjoy the eggplant, Vata could enjoy the eggplant, Pitta, little, not all the time. And then there's also another like interesting vegetable dish is fattoush. And that's a similar idea to panzanella. We first had panzanella in a monastery in Assisi. It's stale bread salad with tomatoes and so on, because we don't want to waste yesterday's leftover bread. Same idea. Fattoush, that's how we use yesterday's leftover pitta. We're talking about parts of the world where nothing goes to waste, and yet the breadcrumbs or the leftover pizza or the leftover bread has become a very like famous and trendy thing you'll get in restaurants now. So yes, the fattoush is a great salad with leftover pizza, all kinds of salads, cucumber salad, something very similar also to raita, cucumber and yogurt, all kinds of vegetable side dishes, grilled vegetable side dishes that you can enjoy as part of a traditional Middle Eastern healthy planet, healthy you diet. So delicious. Just remember, making at home is best. You've got to get more salt when you eat out, and potentially you've got to watch out for the citric acid. But if you're in a pinch and you need to eat out, you're going to have great Planet Health choices at as soon as you can find any kind of a Syrian, Lebanese, Middle Eastern restaurant, because that food is going to be at least pretty healthy. Okay, so yummy. Don't forget to click the like button. Join the channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends about the channel. We'll see you next week. Namaste.